And also, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be arriving in Saudi Arabia in a short while from now, as our correspondent Amritpal Singh was telling us, to discuss more in the areas of cooperation, from defense to energy. We've been joined by a guest, Zakir Hussain. He is foreign policy expert. Mr. Zakir, a very warm welcome to the broadcast, first of all. Third visit by Prime Minister Modi after 2016 and 19. Undoubtedly, the ties have grown stronger, between both the nations. How do you see this visit by Prime Minister?
I see this visit taking it at a higher level of cooperation between the two countries, from energy, economics to defense and security ties, because the region is very volatile and the role of India is very important to secure at least its own partnership with Saudi Arabia, because our economic trade is growing, our energy cooperation is growing, while the security situation in Indian Ocean is not so. Saudi Arabia wants India to cooperate with it to ensure the sea line of communication, and in that this visit is going to contribute a lot. I feel also that we have recently conducted two maritime exercises.
Yes.
In that we have shown our commitment to ensure the security of sea line of communication, particularly at 2 points, number Hormuz as well as Bab al-Mandab, through which our oil and trade take place. And second, that during this period when Trump has imposed tariff, what is going to impact between the two countries, this issue will also be featured in this recent council meeting. And third, that Trump is also coming to next week. Trump is also coming to Saudi Arabia, and what India can do in cooperating the security situation in India, because Saudi Arabia is playing a key role in mediating between Ukraine and Russia and China and US and Iran as well. So we are also partner with Iran, we are also partner with Saudi Arabia, we are also our growing relation with United States and Iran and Israel. So our position is becoming very pivotal in this region, and the IMEC is going to play a epoch-making era in this region, which is going to establish a generational relation, which our Prime Minister has also said. Because IMEC is going to connect India with Middle East to European countries, and through which a new corridor of
I understand.
Yeah.
Mr. Zakir, we'll talk
Yeah.
about IMEC a bit later,
Yeah.
but first, when we talk about the defense ties between both the nations, they certainly have flourished. There is no doubt about that. And this time around as well, both nations are expected to boost it. For example, cooperation in defense production, cyber security, and counterterrorism training. What's your take on that?
This is very important area, vital for both the countries, because as we grow in our economic ties, strength to strength security is very essential. And we find that West Asian crisis should not spill over in South Asia, or South Asian in West Asia, and India and Saudi Arabia are two key partners in GCC and SAARC. So this responsibility between the on the two nations is very important. We find that nowadays terrorism is taking place in a different form, like destabilizing the nation and others, and India is also inching towards containing the civilization terrorism. Right now we found that the extradition of Tahir Rana is very important in this direction. It may discourage the elements in our neighborhood which are trying to generate problem, while Saudi Arabia and other GCC countries are telling that there must be no security threat which can which can check their growing economic ties, investment ties, people to people relation. So the world is moving towards a new era where the partnership of India and Saudi Arabia is very important. Number second, digitization of trade is also taking place. Cyber security becomes very important for us. In cyber security, the role of India is very important, because India has achieved a degree of excellence in cyber security, and Saudi Arabia is also interested in having close cooperation in this. I feel that during this meeting, when Prime Minister and Ambassador Mohammed bin Salman meets, all the governments of relation will be revised, and new priorities, new objectives will be set. In that, in Saudi Arabia will ensure our energy security and assure in counter-terrorism, as well as India will ensure its food security, manufactured items, trade, investment, because our investment in Saudi Arabia is around $3 billion and Saudi Arabia's investment in around $11 billion. But both the countries are below their potential, because they are trillion plus economy is heading towards, and they have offering a lot of opportunities. For example, Vision 2030 is ready to absorb more than trillion investment, while India is also working on a Viksit Bharat. It is also offering a lot of investment in a number of areas, plethora of areas. I have written on this book and I have cited where both the countries work together and enhance and establish a new kind of partnership in the region and also Saudi Arabia does not want to put all the eggs in one or two countries. It wants to engage many countries, and India is a favorite choice because of historical relation. Our relation goes to 5 million old, and that 5 million old relation should be converted into GDP as well as good bonhomie between the two countries. And this is visible by the presence of 2.7 million Indians there. They are working, as Prime Minister said, as a living bridge and ambassador between two countries. So I am very optimistic that this visit is going to take our relation at a higher level, where we can become a natural partner and understand each other's problem as well as work together to stabilize both the region. This is very important because a big country like India is living in the neighborhood. If remain ignorant, it is not good for us. And in 2005, we started our Look West policy, engaging the GCC countries, in which we said that they are our maritime neighborhood, and India is ready to share the fruits of our development. And they have realized the strength of growing India in every field: economic, defense, security, technology, innovation, startup. There's so health. There are so much to give and take between the two countries. So I am very optimistic that this, and also this activism has been brought by Prime Minister Modi. Before that, our relation was going, but this kind of enthusiasm was were absent between not even in Saudi Arabia with UAE, which is our second largest partner, trading partner. He visited after 34 years, and after in Kuwait 43 years. Later, any Prime Minister visited. This is the third, sixth visit to this region, and it is very important for us to engage closely, not only for bilateral relation but for peace and stability in the region and the vast sea lying between the two.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's now talk about IMEC, which you were talking about earlier. There are talks that talks regarding IMEC, implementation of IMEC project will come up. How important would that be?
Look, it is very important. That's why both the nations and other European nation, USA, agreed upon this in 2023 when we hosted the G20 summit in New Delhi. But due to disturbances, it is rocked like that. But now again the situation is going in a right direction. It will soon stabilize as a talk between Iran and Saudi Arabia, Iran and USA is going on. So the future of America is very bright because we need alternative routes, corridors to connect with European countries, because we see that what is happening in the Red Sea, which is connecting. So we need alternative because we have set $2 trillion export, 1 trillion merchandise export by 2030, and our $200 billion were passing through Red Sea. If we don't have that near connectivity, we have to go route through Cape of Good Hope, which take more than 15 days, and it increases the cost of transportation and premium and all these things.
You're right.
This route is the safest one, and in this Saudi Arabia, UAE, Greece, Jordan, Israel is very interested to connect this, and this is our time, and we should also give other nations to cooperate in that. But our leadership is very important in this. But this IMEC is not going to connect only trade, but it is going to connect digital connectivity, green hydrogen, and a line of all these creating jobs and development around the connectivity. So it is going to revolutionize the region if this connectivity takes at a higher level, and I think that both the nations are committed to implement this IMEC despite so much hurdles and problems in the region.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. Zakir Hussain, for coming to this broadcast today. Thank you so much. We leave it there.